Hello, my name is Victoria Santana, and I'll be talking today about the different learning styles. So as a young girl, I used to struggle in keeping up academically with the other students. I had to work twice as hard and spend twice as much time on the materials to fully understand it. This led to teachers and me believing that I was slower than everyone else around me. It wasn't until high school that I finally had a teacher who knew and taught about the different learning styles. I was finally able to process the material in time with everyone else, as I realized the way I learned best. After this, I continued to research the learning styles and develop plans of effective studying in each subject I encountered in college. This topic can be an eye-opener for all who listen, as we are constantly being fed new materials at seemingly faster and faster rates, whether in person or in a school setting or not. And discovering which learning style suits each person can help with the efficiency of internalizing and applying this new information. In addition, this can better equip us all to help others learn as future educators. So to begin, I'll be discussing the 7 main styles of learning, and to cover the history and discovery of the learning styles, identifying and defining each of them, and lastly revealing clues as to which style is dominant for each person and beneficial ways of learning for each. To commence, the discovery and use of the 7 intelligences is still a relatively new concept. An article on Gardner's multiple intelligences explained that the theory of the different learning styles was identified by Howard Gardner, a product of Harvard University, in 1991. He theorized that every person can perceive information through language, logical mathematical analysis, and spatial representation, musical thinking, and etc. Yet each person's strength of each is different, and everyone's learning style can depend on environmental factors as well as one's prior experience. As the article, all students are created equally and differently, expounded further on. This theory has had a revolutionary change on the academic field and offers a more encompassing view of learners to replace the prior exclusionary one. Mr. Gardner's finding has changed the educational field for the better and attests yet again to the diversity of all students. At present, there are 7 distinct learning styles. They consist of the following, and they are found and defined in multiple intelligences. The first is visual, or spatial, and this one, the preferred method, utilizes pictures, images, and spatial understanding. Second is oral, and this one primarily learns by hearing, either through music or speech. The third is verbal, or linguistic. This focuses on using words effectively and can pertain to speech or writing. Next is the physical, bodily, kinesthetic, and this emphasizes the sense of touch and is movement-based. Following close behind is the logical, mathematical, and this one centers around logic, reasoning, and thinking abstractly. Sixth is social, interpersonal, and this one comprises of those who learn better in groups, and they enjoy discussing the subject with others in a way of processing information faster. Lastly, solitary, interpersonal, and this one refers to self-study and working alone. These are all different ways people learn, and although everyone has a mix of learning styles, some may have a dominant style that feeds over more than the other ones. These learning styles can be used interchangeably in different circumstances, and one can choose a style that they wish to further develop other than the others. As we discussed a moment ago, many people have a mix of dominant intelligences. However, here are a couple of signs to see which style a person naturally leans more towards and is found in an overview of learning styles. First up is the visual learners. They benefit from symbols, boxes, charts, and colors in their notes. They seem to learn faster by reading and looking at graphs. Next is oral. It seems easier to comprehend spoken instructions rather than reading, so a lecture would be more beneficial for them, as well as maybe putting any of their notes to songs. This style would suit you and they would benefit from hearing and listening. Third is the verbal linguistic. If you enjoy writing, tongue twisters, rhymes, this style is for you, and they learn better through reciting information out loud and writing your notes over and over again. Fourth, people with a physical learning style are the ones that are more prone to multitask and must be constantly be moving. They benefit from a hands-on learning and doing problems over and over again. Fifth is logical and the natural thinkers. They need to process information by asking lots of questions and categorizing information. Sixth is social learners are the ones that they usually partake in group sports and are social people. Lastly is the solitary learners, and those who need to be independent and are introspective. They enjoy spending time alone and on self-analysis and enjoy having quiet time, kind of studying everything. They need to be at peace. Utilizing this information for future students and for oneself will greatly enhance understanding of what each person requires to successfully grasp the subject. As seen from above, each person can require a completely different method for learning than those around them. In review, the 7 learning styles consist of visual, oral, verbal, physical, logical, social, and solitary. And the still rather new concept of Mr. Gardner's that everyone learns in a different way, each intelligence is defined and contains traits that each person might be prone to have with a dominant style. These 7 intelligences can help anyone figure out the best course of action to take in studying and preparing for the future of one's future students. These learning styles gave me the strength to free myself from labels previously put on me, and faith that I could catch up and even pass those around me. Everyone is born capable of achieving success, but we must all take our own different way there. And this would conclude my speech.